Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome to your one and only show, the Golden Drifters Sports Show. We are up this afternoon. We are live coming to you from Golden Drifters Studios. We are live this afternoon. I am your host, Dr. Proud. Today I will be bringing you amazing guests, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guests that we are having this afternoon. And we are playing African Baby on our background this wonderful, wonderful afternoon. This is the time, this is the show, this is the time that you need to be. Episode number 2 of the Golden Drifters Sports TV. It is here, it is here. I'm bringing you somebody, an exciting guest. Enjoy African Baby on the background. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one and only, the heavyweight, the one, your show. It is here. It is here. It is here. I don't know if you can hear me. I believe you can hear me. I will be bringing my guest this afternoon, Mr. Victor Mahlamela, a man that I respect so much, a man who have done a lot, a man who's passionate about youth development. I'll be bringing him live this wonderful afternoon. I hope you are going to enjoy the show this afternoon. Please feel free to comment, feel free to post your comments. Enjoy African Baby. Yes, 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 he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. Mr. Victor, he's here. He is connecting, he's connecting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Golden Drifters Sports Show, the one and only show, your show. I am your host, Dr. Proud. This afternoon, I'll be bringing you the one and only, the one and only, the heavyweight, Mr. Victor Mahlamela. He is getting to connect. Mr. Victor, how are you?
Hey, how are you, sir?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We're just having a bit of a challenge to connect with your video. It is just loading. But in the meantime, we should get down to our show. Let me say this, Mr. Mahlamela, thank you so much for agreeing to join us this wonderful afternoon, man. How are you doing? Mr. Victor, can you hear me? Okay, he's trying to connect. Ladies and gentlemen, I should bring you the news that is making rounds this afternoon whilst my guest is trying to connect. The Premier Soccer League, it is coming back. It is coming back on our screen on the 6th of August. So here is an exciting news, ladies and gentlemen. We have the PSL coming up. Okay, my guest is requesting. Let me just bring you my guest here. He is connecting. I'm super excited, ladies and gentlemen. The PSL is coming back to our screens. And here are the breaking news. Here are the venues. Mr. Mahlamela, how are you? I see you are back.
Yes, I'm trying to connect, so I don't know the issue. What is happening here?
Okay, but I can hear you. Exciting, I can hear you. I can hear you. Forget about the video, but can you see my video?
Yes, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I'm going to start with the breaking news with my viewers this afternoon, with the PSL having to release the venues for the games that are going to play. So I'm going to quickly go through the news that is making rounds before I can go into detail into the interview with you this afternoon, because I've got so many questions lined up. My people have given me a couple of questions that I need to ask you this afternoon. So now I need to just go through some breaking news in terms of what's happening with regards to the Premier Soccer League this afternoon and this coming month of August. So here are just quick, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick one in terms of our Premier Soccer League and the Glad Africa games that are going to be televised next week on our TV. So if you want to go out and watch, but I don't know, supporters are not allowed, so you can't go out and watch. Now we have the following venues that are going to be hosting the Premier Soccer League games. So at Dobsonville Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, you can expect to be hosted there by Mamelodi Sundowns and the Highlands Park. They are going to be sharing the Dobsonville Stadium. And then at the Orlando Stadium, we got the Kaizer Chiefs and the Chippa United. They're going to be using Orlando Stadium as their home stadium there. And then we also got Ellis Park. Ellis Park have come alive. We know that rugby was making the most of Ellis Park Stadium. Now Ellis Park, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be hosting Orlando Pirates and the Golden Arrows. And then we got the FNB Stadium is going to be hosting Bidvest and the Black Leopards. And then we got the Bidvest Stadium. It is going to be hosting Baroka FC and the Super Sport United, ladies and gentlemen. And we got the Loftus Stadium. It will be hosting Cape Town City together with Polokwane City. All the cities will be hosted at Loftus Stadium. And then Amazulu and Maritzburg United, the teams from KZN, they'll be hosted at Lucas Maripe Stadium. Last but not least, you got the Bloemfontein Celtic and Stellenbosch FC. They are going to be hosted at Tuks Stadium. Going down to our Glad Africa games, we got Ajax Cape playing. They're going to be at Rand Stadium. That's where they are going to play their games. And then at Makulong in Tembisa, we got Swallows and Stenberg FC, Stenberg United, Free State and Chakuma TTM. They are going to be at Star Rock Park. TS Galaxy and Jomo Cosmos at Vets Rugby Stadium. TS Sporting and Real Kings at Tsakane Stadium. Utongati and Mbombela, they will be at UJ Soweto campus. And then Cape Umoya and Richards Bay, they will be at Tax Rugby Stadium. And then last, we got University of Pretoria and Royal Eagles, they will be at Joburg Stadium. Let me bring my guest. He's requesting. We are having a bit of a challenge to connect, but we are bringing him here as well, Mr. Mahlamela. Now, he's the man on the show. He's coming to you, ladies and gentlemen, live this afternoon. I'm super excited. How are you, Mr. Mahlamela?
Good afternoon, Dr. Shoko. Let me take this opportunity to greet all the stakeholders of Golden Drifters, all the audience, all the players and the followers of the club. Allow me to greet you in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mahlamela. We are super excited to have you, man. Thank you for agreeing to be part of our second episode of the Golden Drifters Sports TV. Mr. Mahlamela, we are super excited to have you, man.
Yes, thank you so much. Even myself, I'm very honored to be invited in this platform. It is a great honor, and I'm happy and glad to be here today.
Now, to our viewers, if you are not tuned in now, you don't have to worry. This broadcast will be made available to you on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter, on all our social media platforms. I told you last week on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, that I bring you the best in the country. Now I've got Mr. Mahlamela, the best in the country this afternoon. Mr. Mahlamela, who is Victor Mahlamela? Let me start there.
Victor Matamela is a young man. I was born in Limpopo. My hometown is Mokopane. My village is Mapela. I was born in Limpopo. Then I grew up in the rural areas. I was attending church there. So I went to school from grade R and grade 7. Then after grade 7, I went to high school. Then I started my school from grade 8 to grade 9 to grade 10 actually. So I completed my matric there. Then after I joined the higher institutions learning. Then after I completed a certain qualification.
Now, that's you completed a certain qualification. That's super excited. A young man from Limpopo. I think Limpopo, the Republic of Limpopo, this afternoon is well represented. This is wonderful. Now, before that, I think we should take a moment here because I heard that you lost somebody who was very close to you, who was your student within the college, and then today there was a funeral. May the soul of the young man rest in peace. It's been quite a tragic week for people, for all of us, in the country, in the republic, having also to have lost Gijimi, an Orlando Pirates supporter, and I believe you are an Orlando Pirates supporter, Mr. Mahlamela.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, so you should be going through the most this day or this week, having lost somebody within your school, and then again you losing someone at a supporter, I mean, of one of the greatest team in Africa, the Sea Robbers, amapagania, amapagapaga, ezimnyama ngengane ezingamakepula. Hayibo, let me stop there. Yes. Can you take us through that? Can you take us through the life of this young man? Can you tell us what this young man was all about? What kind of a person was he?
Okay, doctor. Since last week Thursday evening, we received a bad news from the family. The family confirmed around the 8 o'clock at night, and they said to us, one of your fellow students is no more. I'm telling you, since Thursday, I was heartbroken and disappointed to lose a young person like him in this difficult moment we are facing as a country to lose a young person. And what was said is that that boy was a breadwinner in the family. All the family was looking upon him to put a bread on the table in coming days. So unfortunately, God took His own property. As we are the people in the world, we can't do anything.
Yeah,
So
man.
young man.
We send our condolences as well. I mean, as the Sports TV, as Golden Drifters Sports TV, we send our condolences as Golden Drifters at large to the family, you know, for losing somebody like this in times like this. It is so sad to lose a young person, you know. But you know, and then we then also had him Kichimi, you know, we lost. We just going to go further with our interview this afternoon. We are finding it difficult to connect with your video. It is connecting. I think you can just maybe disconnect your video, Mr. Mahlamela, and then request again, and then I'll accept you. Hopefully this time around you will be able to connect. So ladies and gentlemen, whilst I'm trying to connect Mr. Mahlamela again on his video, enjoy the music, enjoy African Baby here on the studio. Mr. Mahlamela, you can disconnect and connect and then come back as well. Mr. Mahlamela? Right, I'm just my guest this afternoon. I'm trying to connect my guest, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor Mahlamela, who is finding it difficult to connect. He's here. Mr. Mahlamela, welcome back.
Welcome back, sir.
Now, I want you to take, because my viewers were asking to say, there's this young man. I said, I made a statement, you know, when I made a poster, I said he is at the age of 25 and he is the principal, you know, at a TVET college, at the Gauteng City College. Now, somebody said, no. People from Limpopo. I mean, this name is Mahlamela. It's from Limpopo. There's a juju man there. This man is using muti. How did he get there? Somebody said that you are using muti. They said there's no way that a young man of your age, I mean, at the age of 25, 26, you find yourself as a campus manager, as a principal. I mean, who are you? Are you Barack Obama? What's happening? They said, no, this young man is using muti. And I said, no. Let me bring him on board. Then you can ask him, you can question him why you say he is using muti, because there's no muti there, but he's got his own secret that he's going to be sharing with us this afternoon. Now, tell us, Mr. Mahlamela, what 26 years and then you are a campus manager. How did you get there? Mr. Mahlamela? Because now we're finding it difficult yet again, ladies and gentlemen, to connect with our guest this afternoon, Mr. Mahlamela. Getting it difficult for him to come on board. We got so much power-packed information that we want to ask him, questions, and so we can't wait. We want to hear from him. We want to hear from him. At the age of 26, he is the campus manager, and want him to take us through how it is to lead people at the age of 25. So he is finding it difficult to connect with us, but he is joining us. He's coming to us live. Mr. Mahlamela, once again, we're finding it difficult with your network, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so now we said at the age of 25, you are a campus manager. Can you take us through that? How did you get there? Was it muti? Was it what happened?
Dr. Shoko, let me explain. I joined a educational industry in 2017. Then in 2017, I joined as a ordinary worker. I was teaching a mathematics and the physical science. 2017, I remember. Then I put the whole year serving as a mathematics teacher. Then 2018 is where I joined engineering department in the college. Then I put there for 6 months. After 6 months, I was nominated as the head of department in 2018. From 2018 until this year, 2020, I was serving as a HOD in the college. So I remember I told you that the campus manager is just retired because he was going to join a national education collaboration class. Then after
Yeah.
it's where the board of the college directors, management, and the executive is where they nominated my name. I remember the first week I was acting. I was acting, then it's where I left the office of the HOD, then I moved to the office of the campus manager. So now what I can say is that I'm no longer acting, I'm occupied the position, and I want to tell the audience that everything in God is possible. If you pray and believe, you have faith in God, and surely, 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 surely. In the Bible, remember, in the Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all
Thank
those
you,
things
thank you,
shall
thank
be
you.
added to you. So,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
yes, it's not like I'm using moti or I'm using what. All I do is to pray, and by the grace of God, is how I'm achieving those things by God's grace. Because without Him, I'm nothing.
Super excited, man. I mean, the only medicine, it is the prayer that what is you're putting on the. Now, tell us, Mr. Mahlamela, now, you are leading one of the biggest campuses in South Africa, in Howding, and in that hot seat, I would call it a hot seat. In that hot seat there, you are leading people that are in because you are 26 and then there's somebody who's 45. How do you relate? How do you relate? Okay, we have lost my guest again, ladies and gentlemen, but he's coming back. He's coming back. I'm going to bring him because I've got so many questions. And then if you got a question as a guest, as a viewer there, please make sure that you pop up your question. I see there, Tevin Lirox, you are ready to hear my guest. He is coming back. Let me bring him back. I've just lost him, but he's coming back. I don't know what's happening with his network, but he's coming back. He's coming back. Tevin, don't worry. Pop up your question to him, and then he's going to answer. But don't worry, he's connected with me once again. Now, Mr. Mahlamela, uh, now
Yes,
tell
sir.
me, how do you lead people that are older than you? How do you say, hey, we're not fun, hey, move, go there, go there? How do you instruct? How do you give them instruction?
Doctor, leadership, sometimes if you lead elderly people, like I'm very young, honestly, I'm very young, and some of them, they're having families. And remember me, I don't have a family, I don't have any, even a one child. So it's not easy, but what I'm proud of that is that God is giving me strength to lead them, and by the grace of God, I'm leading them. And you know, among us, since I occupy that office, we don't have any conflict. Whatever command I made, and all of them they follow, and I never see any problem among us in the office since I occupy that position. Yes.
Wow, that is good, because it's often not easy to lead very old people, and then you are very young and
Mm.
you are so energetic, and now we get into education. We get into education and life, and here are young people, who haven't got to where you are. At this moment, at the age of 25, 26 years, you have achieved so much, as an individual. How can you motivate somebody who just want to give up? How can you motivate someone in terms of their areas, whatever that they are doing in life? How can you motivate them to stay positive, to achieve maybe something like what you have achieved?
You know, doctor, in the journey of education, is only three steps that I want to tell the young people like me today. In
Mm,
educational, be humble, don't compete, and don't judge.
mm, mm,
These three principles are very much important. Be humble,
mm,
don't compete, don't judge. Because
mm,
God has given us our own talent, our own skills. I
mm,
can't copy from you, because if I copy
mm,
from you what you want to achieve in life, I will fall down. And remember, everyone we have our own career.
mm, mm,
And I can encourage all the young people out there to choose the right career, because now we are
mm,
having a problem of there's a certain people who don't know what they want to do in life. They end up
mm,
choosing a wrong thing. And I'm telling you, the moment
mm,
you choose a wrong path, I'm telling you, you are going to fall, because
mm,
it's not your own a career.
mm, mm.
So for my side, the journey that I took, it was difficult. To be honest, it was
Mm,
difficult. But
mm,
because I was praying, and I was knowing the kingdom of God. God helped me so much. Even
mm.
today, where I am. So young people can still make it. If God did to me, He can do it to them. Doctor?
Education in the lives of the youth, in the lives of the people that are of your age. Why? Because many, they have seen no need to focus on education. They focus on now side hustles. We are seeing a lot of young people venturing into music, venturing into entrepreneurship, and when they just finish with their matric, I mean, what is the so critical key, or what is the importance of education, if I can put it in that way? What do you think is education is so key that young people need to go on and further their studies, to go to college, to go to university? Why do you think it is so important?
You know, doctor, education in this era we are living is very much important, because I used to tell people that it is better to have a few job opportunity, but
Mm,
while we are holding a certain qualifications in our hand,
mm,
because we don't know tomorrow what will happen.
mm,
So education in person is like a spare wheel of the car,
Mm, mm,
because we don't know tomorrow what will happen.
mm. Definitely, definitely. I think you have put it there to say, have something, have a certificate, have a degree, have something, look for opportunities or have a minimum opportunities on your disposal while you got something. That is very important. Now, I come to an interesting question that one of my viewers asked to say, now, how can you encourage young people who are in sports, to focus on also education? How can, okay, I've lost my guest once again. Okay, I'll bring him back shortly as well. Mr. Mahlamela as well, I'll bring him back again. I've lost him, and I'm asking a critical question that I have one of my viewers, one of our followers on Facebook. He asked, there is a question that came
Yes,
in that
sir.
say, how can you encourage or balance,
Okay, doctor. Let me start saying that, doctor.
yes, yes, yeah,
Okay, yeah. Let me answer that question. Mm,
yes,
education is important in football industry.
mm,
Let me give you a one example.
mm,
A a one player is here. He joined a Golden Vipers FC,
mm,
and why maybe he don't have a certain qualification again. So
mm-hmm,
then after you know that a football industry is going by age and
mm,
a time period. Maybe let me say after 5 years, that a particular person he lose a fellow, even even
mm,
the club he don't qualify anymore. So
mm,
you see that if that person in that time of a losing value, if he don't have qualification, there's no company that is going to hire him, there's no government officer going to hire him. So that's why
mm,
it's where education is important. That's why we
mm.
encourage all the soccer players to have a certain qualification while they're still playing, because education it will help them
Okay, I'm
after.
losing, I'm losing, mm, mm. So
So that's why
I'm
we.
losing you there again, my guest. Once again on my show,
Doctor.
I'm losing you again. Yes, 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 yes. Are you back? Are you back? Are you connected now?
Yeah, that's why we. Yes, sir. Hello. Okay, I can continue.
Okay, I've lost my guest once again, ladies and gentlemen, due to. Yes, yes, I can hear you, Mr. Mahlamela. You can continue. I can hear you. We want to hear more from you.
Yes, sir. So it's where the importance of of education it is. So that's why I used to encourage a half of a Golden Drifters football player,
Okay,
those who are with me in Facebook, to encourage them to think.
be able to aid him again back, on the studio once he is connected again, because there's so many people, they are tuned in, they want to hear, they want to know, Mr. Mahlamela. Disappointing, ladies and gentlemen, due to network. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Mukwevo there is asking myself. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, man. I'm just disappointed with the network. Here it is disappointing me. I want to connect with my guest, my special guest this afternoon, Mr. V. Mahlamela, Mr. Victor Mahlamela. I'm your host, Dr. Proud, Mr. President, the president of Golden Drifters Football Club, bringing you this show every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock. You don't have to miss out, ladies and gentlemen. You need to stay tuned. We bring you the sports news. We bring you sports people. We bring you everyone who is involved we bring you undiscovered talent, undiscovered celebrities on this show. And don't worry, all you need is to subscribe on our YouTube channel so that you can be kept posted, updated with all our videos. Ladies and gentlemen, we just 6 minutes after 2 o'clock, 36 minutes after 2 o'clock, we got a guest here, a young man who have done wonders here in Gauteng from Limpopo, Mukopane, in the remote areas. He is a campus manager at the age of just 26. I mean, would you say he's using a juju? Would you say he's having a juju at his home? Because he is a campus manager. He's a principal at the Gauteng City College, Braamfontein campus. I mean, he has done so wonders, and he is talking to us this afternoon about how can you balance education and sports, because that's where I want him to give us an insight. And then Mkwevo is asking there, say, football is my thing. I wish to go far with football. Come on, young man, you're going to go far with football. All you need is just to be within the right club, within the right structure. If you are in a good team, you are not going to get lost. You are going to achieve your dream. It doesn't matter how old you are. Just you need to be in the right platform, Mkwevo there. So you don't have to worry. Mr. Mahlamela, welcome back, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Now, I was asking there to say, how can young people balance football and education?
Doctor, it is very much important to balance education and the football. Remember, this thing is very simple to balance these two things. School is operating during the day, then the practice of the club is taking place maybe afternoon around 4 and 5. Remember, the higher institutions, meaning we are looking off around the classes are ending 2:30, 3:30 each and every day. So they can still balance education and the football industry. And they must know, Lord, a football is not a career, it's a talent. A football is not a career, it's a talent. So
Wow.
you can't
just hold on there, because you have said a key word there. You said football is a talent, it is not a career. Wow, that is a big statement there to make, Mr. Mahlamela, because my viewers are going to kill you, man. But can you explain on that?
Okay, doctor.
Please. Yes.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying football is not a career, is a talent, because after a certain period, the particular club you'll be losing a value, or the danger of football. If today I got an injury, That means that injury, if it can happen, I won't come back to soccer again. So if that moment is happening, you got an injury, it happened that you're no longer coming back to play again. If you don't have qualification, how are you going to survive? How are you going to eat? Because you are no longer going to be in the pitch playing soccer. So it's very much important a soccer player to have a qualification as a spar wheel. After a certain thought of a losing value in education, then he can still go there and market particular companies, or he must go to government and seek a job. Let me do example. You can look. We lost a many PSL players who don't have qualification. After he lose a value, he went home. He stayed home. He started drinking and smoking and funny things, and it's where the problem started. Because that particular person he missed a point of of not going to school and balance these two things. It's very sad. So it's very much important a player to take education seriously, because education honestly is life. And with education you will go wherever you go, you will eat wherever you want to eat. Education honestly is the best. Yes.
Definitely. I'm losing you again, I think, due to network. My guest, Mr. Mahlamela, here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mr. Mahlamela here, and it's now 45 minutes after the show is on air. We are now on the last 15 minutes of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Mr. Victor Mahlamela, a young man who is doing wonders here in Gauteng, in Johannesburg, South Africa. He is a campus manager, and he is leading one of the biggest campuses in South Africa. He's passionate about being involved in football, being involved in the lives of young people, in also education. A very passionate youth development person when it comes to the youth and for the youth as well. Mr. Mahlamela is here. Now, Mr. Mahlamela, I want you now to take. I remember previously I shared with you a very, very sad story of Mthabi Singwenya, a young man who is having challenges academically, and then you said you were going to this issue, it didn't suit you very well, and then my question is, what came into your heart, what touched you about the story of this young man, this young man's life, and then what are you hoping there to do, or to and then what can you also say to some people who want to partner and join you in such a good cause that you want to start? Mr. Mahlamela? Mr. Victor Mahlamela there, a young man who is now who have volunteered to say he wants to be involved in one of the young men, the young person whose name is Mthabi Singwenya, who is having some challenges from honeydew. Now, he said he wants to help the young man with school. He wants to help him with accommodation and the other things. Now, I just want to know from him, our guest this afternoon, what touched him about the life of this young man, and what does he hope to achieve, and what can he also say to other people who are looking, who are watching, and who would like to maybe partner with him on this good cause as well, to help this young man who is having challenges, who is from a very challenged background as well. So I'm just waiting to connect my guest so that I can hear what he can say about that. So that is Mr. Mahlamela. He is connecting. You can enjoy the music whilst I'm trying to connect him, because I have the last question for him. So I want him to ask me that. I want to ask him that question. If you have just joined us, this is African Baby, the music that we are playing today on our background. Enjoy the background music. We are here. We're on the last few minutes of the show, and then we'll go out after that. Don't forget that you can get this video on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, together with also on Twitter. This video will be made available, so you don't have to worry. If you have missed the live broadcast, you can enjoy this video at the comfort of your home. Now, I was joined by my guest this afternoon, Mr. Victor Mahlamela, a young man who is doing wonders in Gauteng at Gauteng City College. He is a principal at the age of 26. He is leading a big campus in South Africa. If you have just joined us, or if you have joined us earlier and you lost connection and you are back, you are welcome. So we were talking about education and sports, how to balance education together with sports. We are on the last show, the last minutes of the show. This is Golden Drifters Sport TV, your one and only online sports TV. Join us again next week on Tuesday, 2 o'clock, and Thursday. We are having a big guest coming on Tuesday. And on Thursdays, we are working on getting the sports headline, a sports journalist, to join us. Mr. Mahlamela, welcome on the last hour of our show. Now, I was asking you to say, I recently shared with you the story of a young man by the name Tabisi who is having some challenges, and then you said you wanted to be involved. What so touched you about this young man? I mean, you don't know the person, but you said this story touched you so much. What touched you about this young man, and what can you also say to those people who want to join you in doing this?
Doctor, honestly, the story of the young man has touched me because, firstly, what I can see is that he is passionate in education. Secondly, he is passionate in football industry. That's why I was touched in my heart. And today I'm here. I want to say publicly that that man is going to receive a free education. His family won't pay anything. I'm going to cover all the cost. And I don't do this because I want a publicity. No, I'm doing this for the glory of God.
Wow.
So
wow. And
the family, even the family, I'm going to involve in the family, whatever they need, the little that I have, I want to make sure that the family each and every day they eat and they bath and they've been able to pay funeral services, funeral policy, and so on, those important expenses. So So I'm
Wow.
already being engaged into the session of Goya family. Even today, I'm saying
Mm.
I'm going to help all the family, and even
Wow.
Mutarisi, I'm going to adopt him. He will be my first
Wow.
boy.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, what can you say to other people that want to join you? I mean, our viewers are going to watch this on YouTube, on Facebook. What can you say to those who want to join you? Maybe they want to work with you to raise this young man. What can you say to them?
Anyone who want help or you want to connect with me, I'm available in Facebook,
Mm,
Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp.
mm,
My WhatsApp number is 064
mm,
626 My Facebook name is V Mahlamela. My Facebook page is Victor Mahlamela. My Instagram is Victor Mahlamela. So those who want to
mm,
be connected with me, they can catch me on those social media platforms, and I'm ready. And this contribution is not only to be in Gonya family only, and those who need
mm,
help, I'm
mm.
here to assist South Africa.
Yes,
It is
yes.
time for us to bring back to communities, because we are
Mm.
here to help each other. The moment as I'm not working for
Wow.
only to my family, I'm working for the whole country, for those who need
Mm.
help. So those who need help, I'm
Yes.
available in social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Even if you want information about myself, you can go to Dr. Shoko. He's going to explain and give you my contact
Mm.
details and my WhatsApp and
Yes.
my Facebook page. So
Yes.
it's where you are going to find me there.
Definitely,
And let
definitely, Mr.
me,
Mahlamela. Thank you so.
yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Shoko, and all the Golden Raptors. And I'm very much happy to be a family, a part of Golden Raptors family. And know that I will continue to pray for you guys and all the stakeholders.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my guest there, Mr. Victor Mahlamela, who have just vowed to support the young man. He have shared his details. Should you want to connect with Mr. Mahlamela, Mr. Victor Mahlamela, you can get him on Facebook. His Facebook page is Victor Mahlamela, and then also his Facebook personal name is V Mahlamela on Facebook. We got his contact details as well. Should you want to connect with him, we can share with you. Just DM us, direct message us, and then we are going to share with you his contacts. He's saying if you want to join him in terms of giving back to the community, as you heard that he's going to support the family of Mtabisi, and I hope that we are going to be joined by Mtabisi maybe one day or very soon on the show as well, talking about his life. He's going to be joining us maybe soon, but Mr. Mahlamela here, he have pledged to support his this young man and the family as well. It is something that, not everyone does these things every day out there, and there's very few people that are like you, Mr. Mahlamela, that we have in South Africa or in this world, who are still finding time to adopt a child, to help with education, with everything, and with also supporting the family with the little that you can. May God richly bless you, Mr. Mahlamela. We thank you so much for having us, or for allowing us to get you here. And we had some challenges today on the show, ladies and gentlemen. It was just because of network, but we got the message of Mr. Mahlamela, a very powerful speaker who have spoken. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Dr. Proud. I am your host. I will see you guys next week, Tuesday, 2 o'clock. Don't miss out. Thank you for joining us. We are going to be with you again next week. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a good audience. We appreciate you. We appreciate for having you. I'm your host, keep tuned. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be kept updated. And thank you so much. This is the end of our show today. We appreciate you from 2 to 3 o'clock. It is me, Dr. Proud, bringing you the sports show. This is Golden Drifters Sports TV. See you next week, Tuesday, 2 o'clock.